Hi, welcome back everybody. Today we're going to be making beef casserole, so let's have a look at the ingredients. So here we go. We've got a couple of tablespoonfuls of plain flour. We've got a couple of cloves of garlic chopped. We've got about a teaspoonful of mixed herbs and a couple of bay leaves. We've got some salt and ground black pepper for seasoning, a little bit of olive oil for cooking in. We've got 3 decent sized carrots here. I'm going to chop them up quite coarsely for adding later. And we've got some chopped up onion here. We've got 2 tablespoonfuls of tomato puree. We've got a little bit of port here. You can use port or red wine. And then we've got about 1 kilo or 2.2 pounds of beef here. What I'm using here is braising steak. I've just diced it up, taken most of the fat off. We're going to fry it up. And then we've got about a pint or half a litre of beef stock here. So let's head over to the hob, start putting this all together. So you can see here on the hob, I got a nice big heavy pot. It's a nice heavy lid. So we'll take the lid off to one side for now. And we're going to take some olive oil, put that in the bottom of the pan, and switch on a medium heat. And what we're going to do is we're just going to brown the beef, probably do it in batches. So I'll put about half of it in, let that come up to heat, brown off, and then we'll do the second batch. After I've done that, we'll come back and have a look at what we do next. Here we have the second batch now all browned off, so I'm just going to take it out, put it to one side. Now at this point you can switch the oven on, put it to 160 degrees Celsius or about 320 degrees Fahrenheit. Give it a chance to warm up. So do that. And we'll add just a little bit more oil. You can see we're leaving all the juices from the meat and everything in there. So now we're just going to add in the onion and the garlic. We're going to let that fry off on a medium heat just for about 4 or 5 minutes. So we'll come back when that's done. Onion's all nice and soft now, so it'll start to brown nicely. So we're going to add the meat back in now. Give that a good mix around. And we're going to sprinkle in the flour. And we're going to give this a thorough mix to make sure all that flour is dissolved in the liquid that's there. Just coating everything, because obviously the flour is going to help thicken up the gravy to make a thick gravy for the casserole. It's all mixed in. Now we can add in mixed herbs and the bay leaves. Again, mix that around. Put in the tomato paste. That all around. Now we're going to add in the stock. This is beef stock, pint or half a litre. Give it a good mix. At this point now, I'm going to give it a glug of port, or you can use red wine. It should be enough. That just adds to the richness. It gives it a nice bit of flavour. You don't have to worry, any alcohol that's in there evaporates off, so. I'm going to leave it now, let it come to the simmer. Once it's at the simmer, put the lid on, pop it in the oven for at least 1.5 hours, and then we'll take it out after that, see how it looks, see how tender the meat is, and we'll take it from there. just before I put it in the oven, simmer in here. So we're just going to add a little bit of ground black pepper to it. And a little bit of salt. Give it a little stir around. And we can put the lid on. Get the oven gloves. And pop it in the oven for about an hour and a half. It's been an hour and a half now, it's been in the oven, so let's take it out and have a look. We'll take the lid off. Oh yes, that's coming along nicely. We'll just give it a stir around. See how nice and thick it is there. If you're worried about drying out a little bit too much, just add a little bit of hot water to it. If you want, just put a spoon to one of the chunks of meat, just so you can feel, I can feel that breaking up really nicely. So what we're going to do now is we're going to add in carrot. You can see I've cut it up so it's quite chunky. Give that a stir around. And then we're going to pop that back in the oven again now for about another hour. While that's cooking in the oven for an hour, I can do some potatoes to go along with it. So we'll pop the lid back on and put it back in the oven. Casserole should be ready now. It's been in for about an hour. The potatoes are done here. These are just some baby potatoes, boiled. I've melted some butter, garlic granules and mixed herbs and mixed it over potatoes. So we got some nice garlicky herb potatoes there to go with the casserole. Put on the oven gloves and get it out of the oven and see how it looks. Oh yes, there we go. That meat's all nice and tender. I can see it's all falling apart. The carrots are all nicely cooked. So that is ready to dish up with the potatoes. There we go guys, that's how you make beef casserole. If you've got any questions or comments, put them down below. If you've been here this long, please subscribe, give me the old thumbs up. I'll pop another video here and here, the old subscribe button in the middle. As always, thanks for watching. I'll see you next time. Bye for now.